The past season felt like a step backward for the Detroit Lions. For a moment, it looked as though Dan Campbell had finally erased decades of frustration. Back-to-back division titles brought real belief, and the offense had become one of the most feared units in the league. With just a few defensive tweaks, Detroit looked ready to challenge for a championship. Instead, everything felt slightly off. Injuries piled up across the roster, and the loss of stability on the coaching staff proved costly. Former offensive coordinator Ben Johnson departed for a division rival in Chicago, and his absence was impossible to ignore. Detroit's scoring dipped, but more importantly, the rhythm and reliability that defined the offense over the previous 2 seasons disappeared. The attack no longer felt inevitable, and close games started slipping away. On the defensive side, Aaron Glenn spent the season with the Jets, and judging by how things unraveled in New York, it is fair to say he may have missed Detroit just as much as the Lions missed him. Even so, this season should not be viewed as a collapse. The Lions still boast one of the most talented rosters in the league, especially on offense, and the foundation remains strong. That is why the next defensive coordinator hire mattered so much. When John Morton was dismissed, the opportunity was clear. Detroit was offering an elite offensive line, established weapons, and a favorable schedule that should present far less resistance. Get the hire right, and the Lions could quickly reclaim the top spot in the division. Instead, the decision to bring in Drew Petzing has raised more questions than confidence. His track record in Arizona was solid but uninspiring. The Cardinals' offense lived in the middle of the pack, rarely threatening to become dominant. While there were moments of success, much of it came through a mobile quarterback and a run-heavy approach that may not translate smoothly to Detroit's personnel. Jared Goff thrives on timing, structure, and precision. He is not the type of quarterback who can mask schematic flaws with improvisation. Petzing's most effective stretches came with a skill set he simply will not have in Detroit. Even with dynamic backs like Jahmyr Gibbs and the possible return of David Montgomery, the fit feels uncertain. What makes the move more puzzling is the contrast to expectations. Lions fans spent months hearing links to more creative, aggressive minds. Compared to that build-up, this hire feels underwhelming. Still, if there is one constant in Detroit, it is Dan Campbell's ability to rally his team. When doubt creeps in, the Lions tend to respond. If this hire proves anything, it may once again give Campbell the fuel he needs to embrace the underdog role and push Detroit forward.